Good evening. This is the round table on Prime TV where you catch the reflection. As you know, Prime TV is a 1 hour discussion type of a program. Of course, it's a discussion where we invite a prominent and an eminent person to share his experiences in life, especially to discuss how he came up in his life and the challenges that he faced and his vision for the organization that he works and his ambitions in future and his vision for the nation, especially in terms of what kind of value additions that he wishes to bring into his organization through which he can transform that value addition to the society. This evening, I was very much privileged to invite one of the youngest to hold a corporate management position in the banking industry in Sri Lanka. In my words, who is effervescent, eloquent and kaleidoscopic. A 38-year-old person taking the brunt of responsibilities as the Assistant General Manager of Deposits and Marketing of one of the trend-setting leading bank in the country. His talents and process derives from a period of school days that molded him in education and extracurricular activities. So, without beating around the bush, let me introduce you to him. He is Mr. Tharaka Ranula. Good evening to you, Mr. Tharaka.
Good evening, Mahesh. And I think that's a very kind introduction, although probably would have gone a little overboard.
Well, when I said effervescent and kaleidoscopic, I have lot to prove that maybe you don't know that how effervescent your character is. But when I look at your profile and some of the achievements that you have achieved in your life, especially in your corporate career, I mean, it's always right to call you have a very effervescent character. So, by the way, as we start off, I mentioned at the very outset that your talents or your exposure derives from a period of school days at D.S. Seranayaka College, which molded you to be a very strong, a well-rounded character. Starting from a mediocre level, you climb up the ladder and you became the head prefect, a senior prefect of the college as well. So, let's take a quick flashback of memories to the late 80s, where the mischievous Tharaka Ranula was groomed at D.S. Seranayaka College.
Yeah. Actually, Mahesh, I think I really like the word mischievous, because if you really look at it, from taking on from what you just mentioned, to what I am today, when I was in college, I should say that I was quite a character. I did everything possible under the sun. Right? I was doing things which most of the others probably would have hesitated in doing, right? But at the same time, I should say that I had a focus. Actually, if I just add on, apart from my school, who actually molded me in the early stages to what I am today, there was a great influence from my Sunday school as well. Because if you really understand my one of the words you mentioned was being eloquent. The eloquency and the fact that I was able to, or rather I am able to talk as freely as I am, it was sharpened at my Sunday school.
That also made you the leader of the debate team at school.
Well, that's exactly correct, because actually I was leading up to that, because from my Sunday school, when I joined the oratorical contest, starting from it's called Sasana Rakshaka Mandalas, and from there on to the All Island contest, and then I moved on to college, and where in the college also I did debating, and I ended up in captaining the college debating team, and all that actually molded and set the pace, so as to speak, as to what I am today. And something that I see that most of the time you don't see it in this new generation, because they are engrossed more only into studies. But I think those days we had quite an experience in doing most of the things, in doing debating and then joining literary associations, both English and Sinhala, which gave us the impetus to do what we wanted to do. And I think that start itself actually gave us the insights as to or learnings as to what we are today.
Well, I think that's a stepping stone in Tharaka Ranula's character, as he said, like which molded him to be where he is today. Because when I look at some of the challenges that he has taken and some of the decisions that he has taken, It is unbelievable because that's something that an individual cannot take alone. So we are going to discuss all these things in the next probably next 55 minutes that's left with me. So prior that, I would like to get to know more about your career beginning. Now you started as a computer system.
Well, actually, Mahesh, let me put it this way. See, when I finished my A levels, I wanted to do NIBM, which is system development or other programming kind of a qualification. And no sooner that was done, actually, while I was finishing the thesis, so to speak, I got this opportunity to join Metropolitan. Actually, Metropolitan invited me to join initially as a trainee system analyst, kind of doing the computer programming. But then I think you can call it fate now, or you can call it sheer luck, or you can call it anything you want. But what happened was, actually at that time, that is in 1992, Metropolitan brought in a system which actually needed somebody who can actually market it, but with a very good understanding of software. So eventually it landed on me because I think one of my first bosses in life who actually gave me a lot of insights into what I am today, which is Vipula Pereira, he actually saw me and he told me, hey, look, you're the guy to do this. So what happened was, from trying to pursue a career in say software development, I moved into marketing. And at Metropolitan, I rose from being a marketing executive to senior marketing executive and assistant manager and then manager, running or basically managing two units. But it's all because of my initial knowledge and the qualification I got in terms of software, which I sharpened it up with my qualification and learning in marketing.
Well, did you really plan your shift from computer development or software development to marketing and sales, or
no. Actually, I think that's why I said you can call it fate, you can call it sheer luck, or you can call it, look, I probably took a wrong decision, right? Which now I don't think it is the case. But it so happened that, you see, one of the reasons was, I realized the moment I sat in front of the computer and started developing software, I realized that I am not cut out for this. Because I wanted action, I wanted to talk to people, I wanted to mingle with them and share, rather than just look at a monitor and then do developing. But mind you, let me tell you, at that time we were actually doing development using 4th generation language, 4GL on Informix, and the customer interaction, the software developers and the client, what we have now was not there. That's 17 years ago. So I think that made me realize, look, this is just a desk job. I'm not cut out for this. That is why I actually moved into that. And today I think that is probably one of the wisest decisions I ever took.
Now, when you stayed at the desk job, which is a sedentary job, now early 90s people wanted to move from sedentary jobs to more field driven or more field based jobs, which is marketing and sales. But now again we see especially the youth seeking the what do you call the sedentary jobs or jobs in the backyard.
Well, actually,
what do you think?
It's an interesting question, right? Let me answer you this way. You see, if you look at the profession of marketing, you need to understand the starting point of the profession in marketing is sales. You need to have, or you need to experience the sales, how to sell a product, how to do sales management, because you move on the ladder of sales, you become a sales manager, right? And that is, you're managing your sales force, and then you move on to marketing. Marketing is a whole gamut